This is Chris Flaw with Berkshire Hathaway, Roy Miller team, and this is the marketing presentation. So if you're listening to this, it means that you are interested in hearing about some sort of marketing your real estate. And I want to start with where we are and then what we do differently. So what are the current state of affairs? And if we honestly look at them, you and I both know it is fraught with inefficiencies. And to be completely honest with you, it's usually a relatively dissatisfying consumer experience. And I'm sorry about that. Typically what happens is you want to sell your house, you call an agent comes over, the agent then compares your house to other houses, tells you what it could sell for. They then put a sign in the yard and then they put it on the internet. Okay. If they don't get an offer, then they ask you to drop the price in a few weeks or a few months, and you continue to do that until you get a sale. And then maybe you get a sale, maybe you don't, or maybe it expires. And let's just say that you do get a sale and a bunch of buyers come through your house and they may or may not be qualified, in a sense, strangers. And every time they're in your house, you have to be outside of your house. And so depending on how many showings you get, multiple showings multiple times a week, your schedule's interrupted. And then they write an offer, one of the buyers, hopefully, if you're lucky. So then they write an offer and you go through this negotiating process, you determine a price, and then they do an inspection, and then you renegotiate the price, and then they do a well and septic evaluation, you renegotiate the price, and then you do an appraisal, and they renegotiate the price or any other terms, potentially. And then you go to the closing table, and then you're done, okay? Or if you're unlucky, what'll happen is you'll get a bunch of showings, you'll leave your house, and then months will go by, you won't get an offer, and then your agent will call you and suggest that you should drop the price. And you may or may not do that, that's your prerogative, and then they'll call you and ask you to drop the price again, and they'll ask you to drop the price again until something either happens. Either the contract expires or you don't sell your house. That is the current state of affairs that we're in. And so the question is what can we do differently and how can we correct those so that you have a better experience and we get you a higher price than what the market necessarily, quote unquote, will support. Okay, so we put more money in your pocket and we save you the things that you're not getting back, your time. How can we do that? And I think we have a way if you're ready to hear it. First of all, your house isn't comparable to any other house on the market. And you know that. And that would be like trying to compare families. Houses are unique as the families that dwell in them. So to compare your house to someone else, I honestly think is just offensive. But what they are is your competitors. Each listing other than yours that is on the market is in competition to you for the buyer, because who is the most important thing? I'm not the most important person. You're the most important person as the seller, and the second most important person is the buyer. So we're looking for one buyer for your house, and every single house that is competing against your house in price range and area and bathroom and bedrooms and baths, all of those people are competing for your one buyer. And then we break it down to how many buyers per month purchase houses. And we can run an algorithm, and each area is unique. And then so we basically look at how many listings are on the market, how many buyers typically buy houses within that month. And if we do those things, what we end up discovering is how we're going to place your house on the market to be one of the ones that sell within your time frame. Some people don't want to sell their house tomorrow. They want to sell their house in 6 months. That's a different strategy than selling it in 1 month. The next thing we want to think about is trust, consumer trust. Now, people will buy stuff on Amazon. They'll buy a towel or they'll buy a little toy speedboat on Amazon because the cost to benefit ratio makes sense to them. They'll order it online, never seeing it, and trusting that it'll arrive. And then Amazon has a lot of consumer trust. People trust that their company will perform on their promises. So how can we leverage trust to get a buyer to purchase your house, maybe without even seeing the house? Is that possible? Well, I believe it is if we establish enough trust. And so how do you do that? Well, the first thing you do is I think what we need is we need third-party support, because a buyer, unfortunately, is not going to trust me, who's your advocate on taking care of you and your best interest. And they probably won't trust you. To be completely frank, they probably won't trust you. So if they don't trust you and they don't trust me, they might trust Berkshire Hathaway, the brand. That's actually probably more likely. But maybe they'll trust your neighbors, a third-party support. And so if we call all your neighbors and I have them grade your neighborhood and we have that available to them, I think that would be a way to establish third-party neighborhood trust. And now someone coming from out of town doesn't have to worry about stability of the neighborhood, the niceness of the neighborhood, however they want to say it, right? They don't have to worry about the neighborhood. They have community support. And then what if we could do the same thing for your house? And we could have a home inspector, third-party trusted home inspector, licensed, look at your house in advance and write a nice detailed report. And now we have that available. And then let's say any corrections that need to be made, you make in advance. And then we offer a home warranty. In other words, what we're comparing here, when people are looking for houses and they're trying to figure out which one they're going to purchase, they have your house, which is reviewed by the neighbors, and the neighbors give it a 5-star review. We have a home inspection, and they have their correction report, and then they have a home warranty in comparison to the house down the street or in the next neighborhood that has none of those things for the exact same price. Which one are they more likely to vote for? Which one are they more likely to investigate? Which one are they more likely to write an offer on? Well, yours. And that's what we're trying to build. And so we add on top of that good photos, videos, excellent marketing reports, so like information that actually attract buyers, okay? We don't just want to give them information. We want to give the information that actually does attract them, okay? It's called marketing. And the cherry on top, in all honesty, the cherry on top is an emotional appeal. We present the information in a way that has an emotional appeal to the buyer. So if we do all of these things, the likelihood of us procuring a buyer for more money than what other people would get for, a more serious buyer, is just super high. And plus what we do is we get rid of this whole process, gets rid of contingencies. How nice would it be if someone was to write you an offer? Very few people needed to take a look at it. The one person or two people that looked at it ended up writing you an offer. And then there was no other contingencies for them to back out. And this is what we can set up, or very near set this up. And this is the idea. That is my marketing plan. Now, your house is unique. And I need to come up with a custom plan for your house, which I'd like to do either over a video conference or I can meet you in person, depending on what's permitted for you. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions at all, you can email me, you can Facebook me, you can text me, you can call me, you can shoot me a DM on Instagram. All of those things will work, and all of those will be in the link. Thank you so much.